Hello, everybody. This is Kody Bateman coming to you live out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Welcome to this week's very special relationship marketing show. I got to tell you, I get so excited about the guests that we have on the show today. We have a very, very special one. Anytime that you can talk to somebody that's the best in the world at something, that's pretty cool. I mean, that is really pretty cool. We have on the show with us Wendy Hyatt. She is a 17-year veteran in the health and fitness profession, and she's also a health and fitness champion. She recently took third place in the WNBF World Championships in her division. And wow, that's super cool. Great accomplishment. Welcome to our show, Wendy.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to be here.
We're so excited. It's an honor to have you on the show. It really is. I know that your schedule is very tight, and you do a lot of incredible things. You know, the fact that you're in these large world level competitions and doing as well as you do, it's just amazing. And not only that, but the way that you help so many other people to stay fit and to stay in good shape and those kinds of things. Can you just tell us a little bit, besides obviously being a competitor in fitness? What other business do you have? What kind of stuff do you do to help people in their fitness journey?
Oh, great. That's a great question, Kody. So I help people mostly with how they just feeling better, getting their energy back, maybe some weight loss, and just healthier aging. Just a way to maintain and keep it simple, but just putting really good nutrition into their bodies.
So you do a lot of consultation with people on proper dieting and nutrition, right?
Right.
Now on the actual fitness side, I know that we mentioned before the show that you have coaches that coach you on the fitness side of things. I'm sure you've got all kinds of coaches to be at the level that you are. Do you do any of the fitness coaching with your clients, or more just the nutrition side?
More of the nutrition side. Okay. And because everyone has different preferences for how they like to work out or stay active. So I kind of let them do whatever they gravitate towards.
Okay, excellent. So you have a customer base of people that buy products from you, nutritional products from you. And so that's the type of business that you run. Obviously, you do things to stay in touch with those people. And we'll probably touch on that a little bit. The first thing I'd like to do, though, you tell a story. I love this story. You were recently in the World Championships, and there was another woman that won first place in your category, and you took third place. And I guess she's been a champion before, right? She was a big champion. What was her name? What's her name?
Her name is Shauna Kohler.
So Shauna Kohler is the current champion in your division, world champion. You finished in third place. When that competition got over with, you did something to reach out to her. Can you share that story with us?
Sure. So I didn't know of Shauna until 2 weeks before the World Championships when I competed with her at a different show. And I was so struck by her because she was so graceful on the stage, and there was something very confident about her. And so the night before the World Championships, I got switched into her category, or our category. And when I got backstage and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm competing with her, I knew that first place was out of the question because she won overall in the other show. And she has it. When we competed, I was just like, you know what? I have never placed in a professional show before, and I would love to just get in the top 5. And then when they called my name for third, I was like, oh my gosh, that means I'm going to be standing next to her. And I was completely honored I was like, I know I'm going to be touching her. And that, to me, I felt like that was just the pinnacle of, wow, like I could feel it, I could touch it, I could just be around it. So I thought about her and I was like, oh, I should say congratulations, but it's after competition season, you're just kind of thrown back into your life, and the holidays came and everything. So 3 months later, I said, you know what? I should probably send her a card and just share some gratitude to her. So I reached out to her. We had been friends on Facebook just because of the show, and I never reached out or said anything to her, but I said, hey, you know, I was just looking through some pictures and I wanted to send you some gratitude. You know, what's your address? And she sent it to me, and then I just poured what I felt. I took myself back to that moment where we were on stage, and I saw the professional picture of us. It's actually this picture of us on stage, and I wrote down exactly how I felt and what it meant to stand next to her. And I sent it to her, and I was crying. I'm an emotional person. I wrote it down, and I said, it's kind of cheesy, but I'll just send it and you know, just let it be. She received that card, and she sent me a message back, and she said, wow, I'm totally blown away. I wasn't expecting any of that. And she just poured gratitude back to me. So it affected me more than I expected it to, but it just gave me some warm fuzzies.
You know, it's affecting you right now as you tell the story, isn't it? That's really cool. We appreciate you sharing your emotion with that. It was super cool.
Yeah.
I heard actually one of our programmers here at our company, I heard him say, quote yesterday, in fact, he said that, you know, we have a company called Send Out Cards, and you use Send Out Cards as a method to send these cards out. He made a comment, and the reason that I thought about this is because you had mentioned that she reached back to you, and I'm assuming she probably inboxed you. She reached back to you on social media, right?
Yeah.
This programmer of ours made a comment yesterday. He said, you know, Send Out Cards is the tangible social media. And that just really hit me. It was like, I'm the one that's supposed to come up with all these cool phrases. You know, it's, hey, Send Out Cards is the tangible social media. So instead of you posting something to her on social media, maybe you have done that too, but you use tangible social media with this system. And could you hold the card up again?
Sure.
So there's the tangible social media piece. So instead of her scrolling her phone and seeing something, she actually got a tangible card in the mail. And the cool part of it is, I'm assuming that picture had, I think you just told us that picture has you and her in it.
Yeah.
So she's probably in the middle. Is that?
Yep, she's in the middle, okay. And that's me.
So here's what's fun. Here's what's interesting. So she receives the card. She's in the middle of the card. I guarantee you there's an instant connection because she sees a picture of her on the stage when she won the competition. You know, I don't care what anybody says. When you see a picture and you know that you might be in it, where's the first place you look? You look, oh, where am I at? You know, what do I look like? You know, and that's what she did. But in doing that, there was an instant connection from her back to you.
Yeah.
I'm assuming now, and you haven't told me this part of the story, but I'm assuming now, you know, a friend, you know, there's an acquaintance there and a friendship that's developing just because of a simple connection between two competitors.
Yeah. Which
is a really, really cool thing. And you do a lot of other things to, you know, to incorporate tangible social media, if you will. I like using that phrase for the show today. In your business, you know, you have people that buy products from you, and you train people, and you share nutritional information with people. And can you just share with us a few of the tangible social media things that you do to stay connected with those people? And it's okay to explain your business. Just tell us some of the things you do with our system.
Sure. I really love how the Send Out Cards makes it simple. So for my people, for people who have worked with me or who are good friends, things like that, when people get started with me, first of all, I can pull a nice picture off of social media or wherever it is and give them like a little bit of inspiration. So this would be like a springtime is coming. And then I may share some information about about tools that we have, or promotions or challenges that we have, just some information to help them stay incentivized and stay motivated to meet their goals. When people hit milestones, they like to share it on Facebook, and I'll grab a picture and I'll put it there, and I'll say congratulations. So this way they have something, and this is how one woman's family was impacted. And I like how I can brand myself as well too. So I'll put a picture of me there, and this is something that they'll keep, like a tangible thing, like you said. Whereas if it's on Facebook, it'll be on their page. It can get lost in the feed. It can disappear. But this is something that they can keep on their desk or their mantle, and just remember it and just be inspired. Or for on the business side of it, when people hit leadership levels, that's a nice milestone. It's just a fun way to celebrate them. Just grab a fun picture that you've taken, and with a nice little message, and then send it along to them. And there are different leadership levels, and as people advance in their business, then I'd like to send a thank you, and just pull pictures from events that we've been to together, things like that. Just fun.
So what a lot of people do on social media, I'm sure you do on social media as well, but you take it a step further and you take it to the tangible level. And I like what you said, where, when it's tangible and you can feel it, you never lose it, where social media you do. And so it's a great way to make those connections with people. Now you're busy, like you're really busy. Like if you're not helping people and building your business, you're probably in the gym working out or doing, I'm sure, what, you work out 2-3 times a day? I mean, how does that whole routine work?
No, the beauty of my nutrition is that I don't have to work out as much as I previously would have thought. But I'm also part of BNI, Business Networking International, which I know you guys are a supporter of as well too. So I'm meeting people out, and I'm taking care of myself through BNI. I see a chiropractor through BNI. I have a flexibility and mobility coach through BNI, and all sorts of things.
So you use BNI to network, to meet new people, celebrate those people. You're really good at celebrating people. It's fun to watch. You celebrated the world champion lady on the stage. You celebrate the people that are in your business when they do the milestones. I want to congratulate you for that. I have a passion for celebrating people. So when I see others doing that, it means a lot to me. So thank you. You're a great example on the show today. So this is your time now, Wendy. Now we go from me. I asked a few questions, but now I'm going to give you the floor. This is the final hurrah from Wendy Hyatt, the world-class champion fitness person. Any final words of counsel, wisdom to anybody watching today on how to better your business or better your life? Floor is yours. Give it to us. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Kody. No pressure there. I wanted to piggyback on what you said about just appreciating people. I definitely feel that we're in an underappreciated society, that it goes so far when you do something that's out of the norm, and it's free. It's free to just be grateful. And this is coming from someone who I have been ungrateful for a very long time. I didn't have happiness in my life, and I didn't think that I could be grateful for anything. But to finally make that change, to say enough is enough, I can't keep wallowing in my own misery. I started doing personal development. I think number one, personal development, and I'm sure you've heard this in other places. The extent our wealth can only grow to the extent that we grow ourselves. So it's not just wealth, but it's what we can do with it. It gives us more resources, and to be able to pour love back into yourself first, it allows us to see the beauty in other people. And I think that when we just do something simple, like even my husband really took to the send out cards, because it just simplified our holiday cards. And he started doing a happy anniversary card, a birthday card to me. And it's so fun to be able to take pictures from good moments, happy memories, and just share it, because otherwise they're stuck on our phones or on social media. It's just when you see a picture of people looking back at you, it just makes you want to smile. And it felt so good. I was surprised at how good this card made me feel. Just giving it to her, I had to send it to myself too. And it just makes me want to do more.
Yeah, that's great. So I want to, normally I didn't show right now, but I do want to ask you something. I have a prompting. I want to have you share something with us. Hopefully this speaks to particularly a lot of women on the show that are going to be watching this. You come across as a very put together, professional, incredible woman. It's got everything together. You're a fitness champion, you're successful in your business, you carry yourself well, you have great charisma. I mean, that's the way you come across. And I'm sure that's the way you come across to a lot of women that are on the show. And so it's interesting to me to have someone of your caliber talk about your insecurities and to talk about the struggling times of your life and the unhappiness times of your life. And I'd like you to just speak to that for a second, because I think it's really important. A lot of times we make assumptions that because someone looks good and has everything going for them, that everything's all wonderful, when you deal with the same struggles that anybody deals with. Can you just speak to that for a little bit? Just speak to the women in particular that are listening to you right now.
Sure. I'll try to do that without crying, but that is a fantastic question. I used to not like Facebook because it was like almost like looking at magazines. You're looking at how perfect people's lives are, and I was in this I compared myself to everybody, and because of that, as you know, comparison is the thief of all joy. And I thought everyone else had it. And here I was just stuck in my four walls at home when I was I still am a stay-at-home mom, but I was miserable. I lost myself. I lost my passion and my purpose, and I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing with my life. And I thought everyone else had it. I thought everyone else had their stuff together and they're perfect. They're so interesting, and I'm not, and my house is a mess, and I can't get my kids to stop crying, and things like that. And then I just realized the more I opened up, the more I started doing personal development and taking a step and going to events and conferences where I met other people, and we're there to develop ourselves personally. When we broke down walls and barriers, I realized that we're so much more similar than we are different. Even when I went to, I don't know if you know Lisa Nichols, I went to one of her conferences. She was in the movie The Secret. She's a motivational speaker. And there was this segment in her program where men and women, it was such an emotional experience. And I looked around the room, and we had broken out into small groups, and people were crying. Men, women, young and old, they were all crying. And I saw this one kid, and I went up to him later. I was like, well, what was your biggest fear? Or what was your biggest insecurity? And I knew before he even said it, I knew that he was going to say that he wasn't enough. Yeah. And I said, wow, that's what everyone who I talk to feels at some point, that they aren't good enough. And I'm like, if we all think that, why don't we just release ourselves of that? There is no perfect. If we keep striving for perfection, we're never going to achieve it. So let's just embrace who we are, love our imperfections, because that's what makes us relatable. And just wear yourself on your on your social media. Be you, be your unperfect you. And I don't know, and you'll connect with more people.
Wow, you're giving me the chills. I'm getting the chills in some of the comments you're making today, and really want to thank you, Wendy. I know a lot of people are going to really be touched by your words today, and it just really means a lot. So you talk about personal development moments and events. You just created a personal development event for, I don't know, probably 30,000 plus people that are going to watch this. So we want to thank you for that, and thank you for your insight today. So there you have it, everybody. Wendy Hyatt from Westboro, Massachusetts. Thank you so much for being on our show today. We'll see you all next week on another incredible version of Relationship Marketing Weekly. Take care, everybody, now. See you.